Hello and welcome to this morning pandemic update for Thursday, November 3rd, 2022. Let's start off by looking at the old CDC transmission map, and as you will see here, 25.79% of the counties are in high cases. Substantial makes up 36.47%, moderate makes up 28.46%, low makes up 9.28% of the counties. The variant proportion for today, which will update tomorrow on Friday, BA.5 is 49.6% of the cases, BQ.1 is 14% of the cases, BQ1.1 is 13.1% of the cases, BA4.6 is 9.6% of the cases, BF.7 is 9.75% of the cases, BA.5, 0.2.6 is 2.8% of the cases, BA2.75 is 1.8% of the cases, BA2.75.2 is 1.2% of the cases, and BA.4 is 0.2% of the cases. Some of the cases from yesterday show that there were 68,346 new cases yesterday. The Modiva website shows 745 new deaths yesterday. BNO actually has over 800 deaths yesterday, so that's not good. Deaths are starting to go back up again. Testing, over 510 tests conducted yesterday. This is also yesterday's hospitalizations. We don't have today's yet. 26,866 people in the hospital. It did rise yesterday. And in the ICU, that also rose yesterday to 3,155, and that was up by 89 yesterday. Check this out. Look at the national map. Well more than half of the states in this country are now on the rise with cases. Not good. Some higher than others. Some are a little flawed because maybe they had an additional update which automatically screws up the percentages here, but either way, cases are rising. Point in case, look at my state, Pennsylvania. We had 13,038 cases yesterday. That is significantly higher than last week's 8,000. And even if you add in that mystery extra reporting day we had last week in Pennsylvania, we're still higher than last week. So cases are going up. And check this out with my state. We had 135 deaths yesterday reported for our weekly update. That's the most we've had in our state in quite some time. Look at North Carolina on the most recent update. 281 were added. Likely some backlog in that, but again, deaths are up in North Carolina. Let's see, New York State yesterday included their reinfections with 11,937 cases total. The actual case number was really, 4,130 with a 4.9% positivity. So that positivity actually has dropped a little bit. Hospitalizations in New York State yesterday were at 2,846. Looking at some more cases from yesterday, Indiana had 5,143 cases, Arizona had 5,129, Nevada had 1,739, Vermont had their weekly update yesterday with 514 cases, and believe it or not, after that sharp rise in hospitalizations from the Columbus Day holiday weekend, Vermont hospitalizations have actually dropped. So they peaked around 85 back on October 23rd, and they're back down to 50 now. We'll see if that holds. I suspect they'll probably hold in the 50s for a while, or maybe even start to rise again soon, as the new BQ subvariants start to further take over. Alright, HHS hospitalizations for today. 27,797 people are in the hospital. 77.41% of all beds are currently being used, and 3.96% of them are being used for coronavirus. Later today, probably sometime this evening, we will run through all the states that have over 80% hospital capacity. Last I checked, it looked like it was going to be the less states this week, but we'll see. The national average is still 77%. That could mean that a few states are relatively high. Alrighty, Walgreens positivity. Unfortunately, there's a big drop in testing at Walgreens. Only 24,102 people tested this week. Prior week was 40,000 testing. And I guess if there was to be any good news about this, the positivity rate's only up by 0.6%. So it's 28.4% positive. Last week was 27.8% positive. So for such a big drop, that is not that big of a rise. But let's just take a look at a few states, shall we? Alaska is now up to 25% positivity. Washington, 25.8%. Pennsylvania, 30%. Maine, 34.3%. Vermont continues its bouncing around, but they are going up again, 31.6%, which again leads me to believe Vermont may start rising again in the hospitalization department. Alabama, 31.4%, Florida, 23.4%, and Texas, 21.5%. Speaking of Texas, Texas has 979 people in the hospital and 6.09% positivity rate. Alrighty, that does it for today's pandemic update video. We're doing a kind of an unusual time. We don't usually do it in the morning, so this is yesterday's data. We may do another one of these tonight. We'll see. We're definitely doing the hospital video later on, and tomorrow we will probably do an international update, and at some point we will update on flu and RSV. Alright, stay safe everyone, and remember to hit the like and subscribe button down below if you want to see more videos like this. Thanks for watching.